Guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen. Today we're going to be using some Dollar Tree crates to make some fun DIYs. So this first one, we're just going to jump in and get this thing done. So I am painting these a few different colors. We're going to go with a faux stain. You can just mix it with brown and some water. I'm also going to be using Elephant and Waverly and some white chalk paint. Elephant is that gray color. I'm also using these Dollar Tree stickers. These are really fun. I have not used stickers in so long, so maybe I'll get back into that. Of course, I had to use my Cricut. This one says wildflower seeds. We got herbs, we got flowers. I'm using this bronze color by Arteza to just kind of touch this up. Yes, we're going a little quick. This is a 40-minute long video, so I did not want to go into depth about painting things. So we're going to try to get this thing done, or it's going to be a really long video. Using beads is a really cool way to elevate crates or really anything you could possibly imagine. So these beads, I want to say, came from Dollar Tree, possibly. If not, maybe Walmart. I know I had some from Walmart before, but this is what it looks like. I think these look really cool for using Dollar Tree crates along with Dollar Tree stickers. I don't know if they sell these anymore. I honestly have not looked at stickers there in a couple years, or maybe at least a solid year. Maybe not a couple, maybe a year, but it feels like a lifetime. But these are cute. I just stack these. You could add some greenery, whatever you choose to these. They are adorable. All right, we're going to be using some wood stakes from Dollar General. We're also going to be using some wood boxes from Dollar Tree. Now, this is how I make my faux stain. You can use any sort of brown that you want and then just add some water. If you add more water, your stain is going to look lighter. You add less, you're going to have a darker type stain. But this works especially if you live in hot, humid places where your stain will not dry outside. And obviously, you do not want to stain inside. That smell would be awful for days. But yeah, so I'm just taking a few of these and we're just going to be staining them. Painted those little stakes from Dollar General, painted them black. And then I'm just using some hot glue, and honestly, hot glue, I use the Gorilla glue sticks and it works amazing every single time. Like, I swear the wood never comes undone ever. So now I'm just doing these about 6.5 inches apart from each other, and I'm just gluing one side, and then we're going to be end up gluing the other side. You do want to make sure that you line these up and make them even, or when you glue that second stake on top of these, you're just going to have a really wobbly decor piece. But I used 5 of these. You could add more if you wanted them to be a little closer together. But this is one of my favorite DIYs I have made, and it was only about, it was under 10 bucks, I guess, to make. I want to say I made this when Dollar Tree actually had items for $1. So I want to say it was like 7 bucks to make. Dollar General has some great $1 items. And I just did a few videos with Dollar General items. So if you want to check those out, I'll link them below for you guys. But I think this turned out super cute. For this next DIY, I'm going to be using some wooden crates and some wooden dowels. I'm going to be painting everything white, of course. White is my favorite color to paint with. Is white even really a color when it's just white? But anyways, I painted those. Dollar Tree had a couple different styles of crates. They had one with the spaces, one without. I don't know if I've seen the ones without in quite some time. I'm also going to be attaching those wooden dowels to this Dollar Tree sign. Now, all these are a couple years old, but I loved when they had those like farmers market, farm fresh flowers, fresh flower market type signs in their garden section. And I just added a ton of greenery once these were all attached to each other, and some succulents. And I think this is such an adorable piece. I also did end up grabbing some crates from Michael's for some of these DIYs as well. They used to be only 99 cents. And for whatever reason, they went up to, I want to say $3 for wooden crates now. It's crazy. All right, so we're going to be doing that faux stain once again. You're going to see this pop up. I used to do this all of the time, and honestly, I don't know why I don't do it more often. I want to say more like for Christmas time I do, because I am in Michigan and I cannot stain outside in wintertime. I guess I could, but I don't want to. I'm going to be gluing these crates together once they're stained. So you're going to see here that this is a very light stain. So I barely added any paint to the water, but I think these kind of look more natural. So I'm gluing 2 crates to each other, and then I'm going to be gluing the 2 crates to the 2 crates. I can't say 2 anymore than what I just did there. Once that was put together, they are always a little off. So you're going to see they look a little crooked, but I promise you that the crates just are not made identical. None of them are. I used some extra wooden stakes. These are from Dollar General. They have them every single year in their garden section. I cut them down to whatever size that I chose, which it looks like they're about 8 inches. And then we got about 10 and a half, 11 inches apart from each other. And that was obviously because of the crates, but I needed to know because I grabbed this wooden dowel from Walmart. They are pretty inexpensive there. They used to be super cheap, but now they're just over $1, but it still works. Painted it black, and you have a super cute crate right here. Like, this is adorable. Add some greenery to this, and you're good to go. One, I want to say these were Michael's crates, but give or take, they're still crates and you can grab them from Dollar Tree. I painted 2 of these white, and then I'm also going to be using some Dollar General items. These were so cute. They were $2 a piece, and I am just going to be gluing the 4 of them together to make a really cool like faux window. These faux windows used to be like the coolest thing to make when I started YouTube. I've been on YouTube going on 7 years now, which is really, it's kind of hard to believe that I've been on YouTube for so long. But used to be able to make some really simple things and throw them up there, make one DIY in a video, and like you were good to go. But now it's like you need to make a million things. But the windows were super cool. I'm just going to be gluing those crates to the bottom. And this is when I first started using Chalk Couture. These are one of the older, like 4 years ago, Chalk Couture silkscreen transfers, and I was still learning, but they worked really good. I'm just using this chalkboard sign that was also from Dollar General, and that cute little chicken, we're going to be pulling that off, and then I'm just going to be gluing that right to the center of my faux window. But look how cool this turns out. It still turned out so great for not even knowing what I was doing. You can leave that little tag, or you could like pull it apart and glue it. I guess I didn't glue it. I just left it, and you can reuse it for whatever. I love that eucalyptus from Walmart. It is the best. Like, anytime I still see it at Walmart, I have to grab just a couple bundles just in case. Course, more crates. Obviously, this is a crate video. I don't know why I'm saying I'm using crates. Every single one of these, you're going to see crates. I'm using this chocolate color. This is by Arteza, and I really loved their paints. I don't usually use them as much anymore. I just don't use a lot of colors, so I just prefer just to buy my paints like one at a time. I'm using 6 of them, and I'm going to be gluing all 6 together. You also saw that I had some eggs. I love grabbing extra eggs around Easter time, so then I can spray paint them just to normal eggs throughout the season, and you can make farmhouse decor with them. So there's my tip and tricks for you guys. Grab some eggs. Even if you're not going to use them for Easter, you're going to use them for farmhouse if you're into that kind of thing. All right, so I wanted to figure out how I was going to do this. I ended up painting 9 of these. 9? Wow. 9 crates. I want to say it was 6. It kind of looked like 6, but it's been a minute since I have watched these, so I'm kind of rewatching this video with you guys. Also, this moss was super cool. I thought that was like really neat. I'm trying to just figure out what size I was going to need so I can stick these in some of the bottoms of the crates. That Jasper Farm eggs was a stake that was from Dollar General, which was super cool. I love using those stakes because you can tear them apart and still use them as signs. And that is it. I threw some essential oils in here, painted some eggs, and we're good to go. I think this is super cute. For this one, I want to say this is the color Truffle. I could be totally wrong, but I love the color Truffle, so I feel like that's exactly what this color is. And obviously I only got a tiny little color, but I have like a big jar of it now, and I really like that color a lot. So the easiest way to paint these crates, there isn't an easy way. It's always so time consuming. You like start with the sides, and then like you get paint on your fingers, and then you go to the middle. Like, crates are hard to paint sometimes. I just glued that galvanized truck, added some greenery, and that is it. You're good to go. I love when you can create simple DIYs with like the quickest little things. And yes, there is holes in my decor, and it is fine because I think it is still super cute. Painted a crate white, of course, along with one of those Dollar Tree cutting boards. Also, I'm going to be using another one of those really cool signs that was from Dollar Tree in their garden section. There was just one year they had the best stuff. Like, I don't know if they do now. It's been a minute since I've been to Dollar Tree, and when I mean a minute, I mean like a month since I've actually been to Dollar Tree. This one was super cute. Tear those signs apart and use them as you wish. Staying alive. I mean, it is pretty perfect when it comes to me and flowers, and we're having a vegetable garden this year, and I already have bunnies eating it. So let me know in the comments below what will prevent bunnies from eating all of your veggies. And they're not even that big. They're all gone. I have no cucumbers. I just added a ton of really cute florals to this. And like, how cute is that? Looks like your little watering can is pouring onto the flowers. And of course, we're back to that faux stain using one of these crates. And I really do think those were from Michael's. The Michael's crates were a little bit smaller. They were made better, but like they just had so many creases and cracks in them, just like this fence. This took forever to paint, I'm sure, because anytime I paint anything like this, it's so time consuming. Gluing that fence onto the crate, and I'm also going to be using and pulling apart one of those Dollar General signs. It says Cluck, and they actually still have signs like that. Throw some greenery in, and you just have a really cute piece. I think these are adorable, and I wish that I would feel like I'm not as creative as what I used to be. So when I look at some of these videos, I'm like, why can't I just think of really fun, simple things like this? It takes me forever to come up with the simplest ideas, but I love this one. All right, on to this. Next, we got this door hanging hook and some crates, painted them white, gluing them together, and you have a really cool like hanging decor piece. So you could like even cut off the little door hanger and you could just hang this up on a wall, whatever you choose, but this is just a really cool thing that you can organize or decorate with. Super cute and easy. My favorite DIYs is this crate truck. So you do have to cut one in half, which we have a miter saw, so we were able to do that. If you don't have, I don't really even know what saws you would use. I guess you could use like a hacksaw maybe, or some kind of like, I don't know. I have no idea, honestly. Like, I'm not that professional. But 3 crates or 2.5, one painted white and one with that faux stain, one cut in half, just like this. And I'm going to be gluing. I was going to say I was going to be painting it. And you do want the non-cut part to be in the front. And I just love this one. I actually still have this truck in somewhere around here. I just don't think I had the guts or like the wants to actually get rid of this. I thought it was such a clever, fun idea. I'm using these paint caps from the smaller Waverly chalk paint to use them as wheels, and I'm going to be painting them black. And then I thought that after a while they did need a little bit of dry brushing, so you're going to see later on that I did have to dry brush the wheels just a little bit because it just didn't look normal, or it didn't look like how I wanted it to be. And then I was freehanding with some Arteza paint markers, and I am not a good drawer. I'm not good at freehanding anything. So this isn't the most prettiest windows, but it will do. And then you can add whatever you choose in the back. Of course, I added some greenery and florals to this, and that is it. You have the cutest little crate truck ever. This one, I'm using the color Elephant by Waverly Chalk Paint. I have not bought this paint color in a long time, and I'm shocked that I don't use it more often. I love anything gray, black, and white. It just works for me. Gluing 3 of these crates together, and if you don't know me, I love dry brushing almost everything. So you cannot just have some plain gray crates. You're going to have to dry brush them. But once the 3 of these were done, we got some dry brushing in. And I don't know if I'm the best at this, but especially with a tiny little paintbrush, I would probably not use that paintbrush at this point in time. So use a better, I even use like a chip brush now to dry brush, and it seems to work so much better. And once this was done, you have a really cool centerpiece that only costs $3. Throw this on your little end table or your coffee table, and it's adorable. And you can add all different kinds of greenery and florals to this. Like, the possibilities are endless when you can rearrange and take things apart. So adorable. I love these little roses from Dollar Tree, and there you have it. Adorable. This one, I'm using Dollar Tree items. You got a crate, a little welcome sign, and this little tag sign, which was from Dollar Tree. I painted it the color truffle, and then of course did some dry brushing on here. And I am just gluing that welcome sign. You may want to add some super glue or some E6000, something that would secure this a little bit more. I know when you when you glue things like that, it eventually comes apart and falls off. I loved a lot of this, like, I don't even know what these are called, but they were super pretty, super messy. I probably will never buy those type of flowers ever again, but they are really pretty for spring and summertime. And I just added a ton of different florals and greenery into this piece, threw it on my front door, and it's so cute. Like, I say cute and awesome and adorable, probably like way more than I want, but sometimes it just really is. Didn't even have to paint the crate. I left that as is. You can do what you want with it, but I think this turned out adorable. This is one DIY I am overly proud of. I made this faux book, I want to say like 5 years ago, and I have made them ever since. They're just so fun to make for every single holiday. I decided to do Home Sweet Farmhouse on this one, and with my Cricut. And this was one of the first rub-on transfers that they ever sold at Dollar Tree, or at least I think, or at least it's when I actually started looking at rub-on transfers. I bought so many of these like eucalyptus rub-ons. They were so cool. And then once I got the hang of it, they ended up being one of my favorite things to use at Dollar Tree. Of course, I had to do that home, and I'm going to assume that it came later on because I messed it up. Wrap some twine around this, and you have faux books. You're going to see, or if you are not new to my channel, you've probably seen so many faux books on this channel with fall and Christmas and Easter and all the things, because they're so cool to make, and they do actually look like fake little wooden books. For this next one, I love a good s'mores theme. We have chocolate bar for the paint. Like, what is more s'moresy than an actual paint called chocolate bar? Painting this crate, and you can really paint this whatever color you want, but I wanted it to look like a chocolate bar, and it actually kind of does. It kind of looks like one of those like Hershey's. You'd had to break it apart. That's not really my intention on what I was going for with that, but I did want something that did look like chocolate. I love using my Cricut for any sort of writing. If you like stickers, go for it. But A Cricut just makes life so much easier, and they have the cutest little decals on the Cricut Design Space. This one says outdoors and s'mores. You could probably make your own if you are that talented. I just love the already made decals, and yes, I ripped the S. It happens. I love this little fabric paint. I think this is super fun to use. I started using this, I want to say around the fall time or Christmas in July or something like that, and like fell in love with it. It is so fun to use, and when you're making like fun crafts, especially for Christmas, I made like a ton of like sweet treat type videos. It just makes like crafting so much more fun, although it does take like a day or so to dry. But I'm just pounding it on the ground to give it that like melted marshmallow look, and this is just the cutest thing. I don't even think I added anything to it. I think I just put the marshmallows next to it, a towel, and how cute. All right, for this one, this is going to be a simple, easy one, painting it white and then dry brushing it with some black. And this is actually genius. I have not dry brushed with black on top of white in forever. No, I used to not paint my entire crafts, and sometimes it works better if you're not going to seal everything up. It works better if you don't paint the bottom, because a lot of times that paint, it will get warm and then like start to stick to like my tables and stuff like that. Another Cricut decal, fresh herbs, locally grown, and then throw some, of course, what do you know, greenery in here. I love these. This greenery was like my favorite. It was from Walmart. I'm not sure if they still have it, but I love it, and it's always just so full and looks so pretty. And yeah, so there you go. Just a crate, no gluing, no nothing, but it's adorable. Their crate, another really cute sign from Dollar Tree. I obviously cut it apart already, but I loved that little farmer's market. Of course, it's just something that is in my house that I love. And I hate to say this, but a lot of these items I sold in my yard sale a couple years ago. Like, yes, I loved them. I loved making them. And sometimes when I look back, I was like, man, I wish I wouldn't have sold that. But overall, I love that I can look back on these and go, that was super cute. Like, I hope I can find stuff like that in the future so I can recreate it and keep it this time. Wooden dowels are a must when you are adding signs to anything. And then I just added a little chalkboard piece. You can put 25 cents. You can put free, homegrown, I don't know what you want to put there, but I just left it blank, obviously, added some florals, and you got a cute little farmer's market stand. I am sanding. Sometimes you have to sand the glitter off of your signs. Good old Dollar Tree is good for that. You can always paint the backside too, so if you didn't want to do all that, painting the backside works just as good. But sometimes if you want the back of your sign to look good, you're not going to do that. So I'm painting this black. We're doing all kinds of black. And you know what? I didn't keep that black. I end up using some, is it shelf liner from Dollar Tree? I want to say it's scrapbook paper. It's definitely not scrapbook paper or anything for your wall. It's definitely shelf liner. And I wanted to add the wood effect to that. And then we're adding another sign, some popsicle sticks. This sign is from Dollar General. Painted the crates black. You can't go black on black on black, right? I mean, maybe you could, but I think this little shelf liner looks so much better than a black sign. Of course, that free range sign from Dollar General. Again, I bought plenty of them to go around, and I added some eggs, some cotton, some moss balls, some moss stones, whatever it is you can add to this. But I think this is just a really cool hanging piece. You could throw this in your bathroom if you wanted. It looks like that my shelf liner is falling off in some of these angles. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's the lighting, but that's totally what it looked like. To this, I'm using 2 frames from Michael's. I'm also going to be using a windmill from Dollar Tree, and of course a crate from Dollar Tree. So we're going to be painting these signs white, grabbing some popsicle sticks to put the backs together. And you're going to need quite a few popsicle sticks, but if you have a Gorilla Glue stick for hot glue guns, you'll be fine. No super glue, no nothing. Painted the crate in the celery color by Waverly. It's one of my favorites. That or the moss, you'll find it there. I did not like that welcome, so I took that off the little windmill, Do they still have these at Dollar Tree? I am so curious because some of these items I actually really miss them having, like the moss stones. I have not seen those in years. These windmills I haven't seen in a long time. Super cute farmhouse signs. Let me know what you guys have found recently at Dollar Tree that I would want. And we got some dry brushing. So anything farmhouse, anything new wood, that's what I go for when I go to Dollar Tree. And of course, we are adding greenery. I picked up so much greenery from a yard sale a few years ago. It was like a garbage bag. And they're like, is $2 good? And I'm like, $2 is great. I probably just got $100 worth of greenery in this bag. Yes, absolutely. I will take it. But I love this sign. It is super cute. For this one, we are going to be painting a candlestick. I don't even know if I've ever seen these candlesticks in a long time from Dollar Tree. Painting it white instead of black. And of course, we have a crate. I'm using this farmhouse transfer of the pig. I am not sure what color this is. I want to say it was some like ocean mist color from Chocature. It's been a long time, so I'm not sure on this one. This one was not perfect by any means, but this was some of my first Chocature I ever used. And then a ton of hot glue, probably more hot glue than I really needed for this. And just set the crate right on top of the candlestick. And I ended up adding some soaps to this. This right here was not the best thing to use for soap because it did kind of tip over when you would like pump the soap. Take the soap out, pump it, put it back, and it still looks really cute next to your sink. For sure, this crate is from Michael's. I was going to say Dollar Tree. It was 100% from Michael's. We're going to be painting it with a pumpkin colored paint, just acrylic paint. It works. Waverly chalk paint is always my go-to, but when you got acrylic paint, you got acrylic paint. Chocolate bar color for these stems. I just painted a Jenga block, and I'm going to be gluing these, one to like the side of the crate and the other to the top. Just depends on which way or which angle you really want to say is the top and the side. And then I'm just going to be adding some dry grass. I know that's not what it's called. I say this wrong all the time. It's like straw. And then we're going to be adding greenery, bows. You have some cute faux pumpkins, like adorable. These are so cute. I did dry brush them with that chocolate bar color. And these, I love these. I add these to my tier trays, to my shelves. I love them. For this one, I painted it a tan color, put an apple picking decal on the side, and then I had these little wooden wheels. These were just from, they're not even wheels, they're little circle wood pieces. These were from Dollar Tree. They had these like fun wooden shapes in a bag once upon a time, and I was a sucker for them, bought them. Like, they weren't the greatest, they didn't have a ton of really cool shapes, but the circles worked. I'm adding a Jenga block to the bottom of the crate. We're going to be creating a wagon, if you didn't know. A wooden dowel. You can pick these up at Dollar Tree, Walmart, grab them at Dollar General. They have them everywhere. And then another little wooden shape. I did cut this one down to make it more look like a handle. And then, of course, I was like, I don't know why I didn't paint these before, but it worked. I think I'm using the Waverly wax. Possibly. I'm not sure exactly what color that is. It's brown. Like, brown works too. And I threw in some faux straw and some apples. And this is the cutest little wagon. Greenery, whatever you choose to stick in here. But I think these are cute. These apples are from Amazon. I think they were on the pricey side, but I'm going to have them probably forever and ever. So it didn't really bother me to spend a little bit of money, but I love this apple picking 25 cents. The wagon is just the cutest thing. This is part of the video I was debating on sharing, but I didn't want to be a liar. And I want to show you guys that I actually do make a ton of faux books. If you are new to my channel, you're going to see these probably every single season, all the time, every year, because I do like updating my decor often, which is nice when you shop on a budget. You can have whatever you want because you're not paying full price for nothing. All right, so I did paint these different colors. We have like a tan, a orange, and a white. Pumpkin picking, apple cider, hay rides, and then I'm just doing one ribbon. I thought about two, and I'm like, ew, I don't like the other ribbon. I'm not using that. So we just went with the gingham with a bow and glued that to the top, glued it to the edges in faux books. Like I said, these crates are not stuck together, so they don't look exactly like books, but it works. Painting this one black, of course, and you're going to see like that a lot of my stuff is very, I'd say similar. I'd say it's pretty creative, but when you've been doing YouTube for so long, things kind of start to like blend a little bit. Like I have a ton of farmhouse. We're going to be painting a lot of crates white, a lot of crates black, but I guess that's all the fun of it, is figuring out what you can create things with if you don't have exactly the same items. So I'm painting 2 crates black. We're also going to be using these chalkboard houses and painting the insides of these black as well. And then we're going to be gluing the houses to the sides of the crate. Once those were glued together, I just decided to add this little family sign, or this family wood piece. This is also from Dollar Tree, and I just glued it to this side, so you'll be able to use this year round, although I did make it during the fall season, and you're going to see some fall things added to this. They are easily enough that you can just take them out and reuse it for all year long. Jenga blocks work great. Maybe I should have made sure these were a little more even. I did have to cut one down. I used some miter shears. Miter shears work great for Jenga blocks. You do have to put a little bit of muscle into it, but eventually it works. I did have to measure these out, and I glued them to the top for a little handle on this really fun crate. Of course, I did have to paint them black, because what was I thinking? Let's glue them first and then paint them later. But I think it kind of worked better when it was kind of like up in the air and I didn't have to like paint each side. I was able to paint the whole thing at one time. And that is it. I added some faux straw to this and some pumpkins, but like I said, it can be used year round. All right, we are going to be jumping into some Christmas. So we have nutmeg brown, which is a really pretty brown color if you're into that acrylic paint, which, you know what, it's really not bad when you're just painting wood pieces like this. I did a very light color. I thought this would look super cool, so that is what I decided to do. So I added more water to the paint, but you could always go back. So if you don't like the color that it turns out, just go back and add a little bit more paint to your water, or take some water out of your paint, mix it up, and start painting. So I did 6 of these. I'm gluing 3 at a time, and then I'm going to be gluing the 3 to the other 3. And now you have a really fun box here. So this kind of looks similar to some of the other things I made, but this is going to be a larger centerpiece. So, you know, you could always add more crates to this if you have a larger table than I do, and you can just add whatever you choose to this. You're going to want to hold this down for a while. I just grabbed a ton of fun items from Dollar Tree, like this pine cone garland and a lot of really pretty like floral pieces and pine cone pieces and snowy pieces and all the things, and just add it to your boxes, and like, what a gorgeous piece. And then you could always add some fairy lights if you like those. I love the look of fairy lights, although I never turn them on, so I just feel like that it's a waste for me to do it, because I'm never going to. I love finding these fun like smaller picks from Dollar Tree as well, and I did just cut them all down and add them into the crates. next one, you're going to need 4 boxes and 5 of these crates. This is one of my favorite DIYs I have made. So if you're looking to figure out what to make for Christmas this year, grab some of these boxes from Dollar Tree along with the crates. I'm painting them white, but you could paint them any color you want. We are going to be turning these into a fun Christmas crate tree. I seen this on Pinterest. It was with giant crates, and I thought it was such a really cool idea, although I wanted to make a giant tree like this out of large crates for my front porch, but honestly, it was going to be like $100, and I'm like, that is a lot of money, and it is going to take me forever to paint them. So we went with a crate on the bottom, a box, and then a crate, 2 crates, 2 boxes, and then 1 crate, and then 1 box at the top. So we're going to be gluing them all together to make a cool Christmas tree. Now, you can do whatever you want with this. This is just a fun little guide for you to figure out how to get that Christmas tree style. You can always add more. You could add less to make a larger tree, but this one was pretty big. When I put it up, I had it on a dresser, which I thought was really neat. And then I just went ahead and decorated it with just a ton of smaller ornaments from Walmart and Dollar Tree. You can throw greenery in here, lights, florals, whatever you choose to. And this was just a super fun project to put together. Is such a simple one, but just so easy to do. I decided to glue 3 crates together. I am painting it with the color Crimson. This is by Waverly Chalk Paint. And then once this was all put together, I just added a decal to the side. It says Hot Chocolate Station, and this is just a really fun way to have hot chocolate on your counter. So if your kids just want to grab it without your help, they can. You can just add marshmallows, chocolate, hot chocolate, stir sticks, whatever you choose to add to it, whatever, if they use sprinkles on their hot chocolate, but it doesn't take up a ton of space, but it still makes it super fun for the holiday season, which I love making every holiday magical for my kids. But you guys, that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed these fun crate DIYs. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, let me know in the comments below, and I would love if you guys stuck around and subscribed. But that is it. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.